Welcome back, everybody, to this Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV. Where we left off last time, we had just reached Camp Bearded Rock here, and we actually, there was a whole bunch of dialogue from Betaron. He slipped us a guild leave before we left without telling us about it, and he used the link pearl to tell us that that's what he did. So we're going to open up our journal here and see the quest that he gave us. And there's actually 3 quests in here. The Bombard Backlash was the quest that we accepted. It's the holiday quest that we're actually not interested in completing at this time. The other 2 are new. So let's see, the first one here is a Disciple of War and Magic. I guess it's going to be a battle guild leave. Guild leave is just another word for quest as far as I'm concerned. Let's see, objectives, we can just go through here. There's a reward, recommended classes, issuing authority, and so forth. If we look down here at objectives, it says we are to eliminate the following targets: Plague Rat times 3. So there's 3 Plague Rats we're going to need to kill, and that's going to be our goal for this particular quest. The leave quest location is Camp Bearded Rock, which is great because that's exactly where we are. Now, when it says the leave quest location, that means we have to go there before we can activate the quest. We have the quest in our journal, but we haven't actively started it yet. We have to find either the right person or find the aetheryte crystal to officially get started on the leave quest. So that's my very first adventure. That's a regional leave quest, which is specific to this particular area. The quests up here, I think, are more storyline related quests or unique quests, like this holiday quest. You know, that's a unique quest that's probably not always going to be there. It's probably going to go away at a certain time, but it's also not specific just to Limsa Lominsa. There's a Bombard Backlash in all 3 main starting cities, so we can do that in that area too, in a different city. Treasures of the Main. Let's look what that is. This is for Betaron. It's any class, doesn't require any particular class. Quest item Balloonfish. So this looks like the main storyline quest right here, and this is going to be an ongoing quest that updates continually. And up here at the top we have this little paragraph that's gonna tell us what the most recent developments are in this particular quest, and what our most recent goal is, what our most current goal is. So let's see, shortly after attuning with the Camp Bearded Rock's aetheryte crystal, you receive a message from Betaron's private link pearl. It seems he gifted us with a guild leave, granting you access to a simple leave quest. Whether you accept the quest or not is up to you. However, Betaron would like to speak with you in person when you reach a lull in your adventures. So pretty much from this point on, we're free to do whatever we want to do. If we want to complete this leave quest, we can. If we want to complete this guild leave that he gave us, we can do that. And if we don't want to, that's fine too. But I'm assuming that we want to. We want to do that, since that's our first quest, and that would be smartest for us to do it. It would actually take more time and effort for us to go get a different leave quest. So it just makes sense to go ahead and do this one. So now that we've decided that that's what we want to do, we're going to target, we're going to back out of the main menu, and we're going to target the aetheryte crystal here. We're going to select it, and it's going to give us a list of options. If we want to know a little bit more about questing in general, we can read the Call of Adventure. I'll just click on that real quick. This is basically a tutorial on all of these things. Like, you can click character development and it will tell you, you know, what's common for character development. How do I develop my character? How do I level up the character? What's just the general progression of the game? Actions, how do you interact with people? How do you do stuff in the world? The art of battles, obviously combat, synthesis, gathering, guild leaves. You know, for everybody who wants to know more about that specifically, you can read that kind of on your own, during your own playthrough. In the interest of keeping things going here, there's a chapter 8 there, Behests. I don't even know what that is. I should read that on my own too. I just want to back out of that. Okay. So now we're going to have to select the crystal again. There we go. And we're going to initiate leave quest. Actually, what we're going to do first is set the home point. The home point is set, when you set your home point, it's basically setting the location that you will return to whenever you die. If we go out and we die on a quest, or we die out in the main world, if our character gets knocked out, we're going to be given the choice to return somewhere. And wherever we set the home point, that's where we'll return to. So we're going to go ahead and set the home point here to Camp Bearded Rock, so that if we die out there in the world, we can return right here and we won't have to run back here from Limsa Lominsa. We're probably not going to die anytime soon because the game it's pretty forgiving to characters in the early levels. Alright, so now we've got a home point set. And we're going to select the Aetheryte Crystal again and initiate leave quest this time. It's going to give us a list of regional leave quests that are activated at this camp, and my very first adventure is one such quest. So we're just going to go to begin. We're given 30 minutes to complete this leave quest, or leave, and we're also given a difficulty setting. So if say we were level 10 and we wanted to do this quest, we could set the difficulty at level 4, I guess, the 4-star difficulty level, which is going to increase the enemy level by 9 levels. So I think the default enemy level for this particular quest is level 1. So if we were to select the 4-star difficulty, it would up the difficulty, or it would up the enemy level to 9. So instead of level 1 enemies, we would be fighting level 9 enemies. And so it's like that with all these different star ratings, with level 5 obviously being the most difficult. And there's also going to come we'll get an EXP bonus, an experience bonus, for completing the quest rapidly if we complete it under a certain time limit, which I believe is 5 minutes. It might be wrong, it might be 10 minutes. And we also get an experience boost for completing the quest if we raise the difficulty. So if we raise the difficulty, say, to level 5, and we completed the quest really quickly, we would get kind of a double experience point boost. So there are definite advantages to kind of challenging yourself. But for this, we're only level 1. Obviously, we don't have any experience fighting anything but those jellyfish things on the boat. But we're just going to select level 1, make it easy for us. Looks like we're going to get 2 faction credits, which I will explain at a later date. But we don't need to worry about that right now. So we're going to activate that leave quest, and we're going to be off. The map is going to have to give us an indication for where to go. So if we look up at the top right, we can see the mini-map, and it's got a flashing yellow arrow that's telling us where we want to go. So we're going to follow that. Yep, and the game's telling us that. So if you open up your main map, you can see there's a little, there's a yellow circular area that's showing us where we need to be going. So we're just going to follow that too. Either way, and if you also look up again at the mini-map, you can see the red flashing dot, and that's the specific enemies that we want to be fighting. Now if we look at this guy, this is a plague rat, this is what we're looking for. If you look at just the icon there, he's got this little icon, this paper icon, paper and quill, and that means this is a story quest-related enemy, and as such, this character is exclusively visible to us. It's not visible to anyone else, so we don't have to fight anyone else. We don't have to fight anybody else, you know, to get the kills here that we need for our quest. This is exclusive to us, and we're going to be the only one that can target it. And there's also this little green, as he walks away from us, there's this little green icon, and that means that generally he's a peaceful enemy. He's not going to attack us until we attack him. He's going to remain passive until we are aggressive. But since we have to be aggressive in attacking him for the quest, we're going to go ahead and do that. Let's see. I'm going to explain another little thing about combat real quick. We're going to target him. For most combat, we're going to want to go into active mode before we can attack. Like if we were a marauder or a gladiator, we would have to go into active mode before we could actually start swinging our sword or start swinging our axe. We don't have to do that as a mage, because we can cast spells without going into active mode, but I just wanted to explain that real quick. The way that you go into active mode is with the controller. I have it set to L1, but you can also click this button down here. This is let's come up. Click between active and passive mode. So if we click that, you can see he's gonna take out his weapon there. You see he pulled out his thaumaturge weapon, and he's got it actively equipped. I'm not actually sure if you need to do that as a mage, like I said, because we don't need to equip this thing, or we don't need to go into active mode in order to cast spells. But we're going to do it anyway, just for the sake of understanding combat. So now we've got him targeted. We've got our list of abilities up there at the bottom of the screen. We're going to choose Thunder, and we're going to cast. That's interesting. If he gets close enough to us, then we'll do an auto attack and actually hit him with our weapon, which we're probably going to do again here. Yeah, just right there. So we hit him, took off a couple points. Now obviously as a mage, our equipped item isn't really going to do much hand-to-hand damage. Oh, look at that. We've got a level 19 dodo over here. Definitely don't want to be taking on him yet. Thankfully he's a peaceful character. Yes, we understand this. The game is giving us a helping hand, which we're appreciative of, but we understand that. Thankfully, the dodo has a little green icon there, which means that he's not going to attack us until we attack him, because he would definitely take us down. Definitely do some big-time damage, probably one-shot us. But oh, now we did a one-shot. Looks like Thaumaturge is a pretty powerful class, at least at the beginning of the game. There we go. All 3 plague rats defeated. We have completed this quest. Let's have a little emote. Oh, and we leveled up. How about that? Level 2 Thaumaturge. If you look down here in the bottom, oh, and we got the classic Final Fantasy victory fanfare. So, awesome stuff. Down here in the bottom right is our emote list. So let's do a little, let's just do a little cheer expression here. Completed that first leave quest. Oh wait, I have to get out of active mode. So now I have to go back to passive mode before I can do a cheer, I think. Let's cheer. Yay, cheer, alright. So we completed our first quest, and now this aetherite or ethereal node appears, which is kind of our ticket back to camp, because sometimes these quests can take us a long way away from camp. And this is just our way of getting back nice and quick. And we did a completion time of 3 minutes. I'm not sure how much experience we got for completing that. Looks like we might have gotten a little bit of a bonus, but we're going to return to Camp Bearded Rock. We got a gil reward as well for completing the quest. So we're looking good. Well done, Volatus. Alright. And here we are. Looks like we got some Thaumaturge company here. That's pretty cool. A bunch of Thaumaturges here right now. Alright, so while we're here, I think I have a few more minutes on this video. I'm going to take a little bit of time and explain some of these icons down here in the bottom right. As we can see down here, essentially a lot of these icons that are appearing are just, they're one way of accomplishing a particular goal, one way of doing something in the game, and the game gives you multiple ways of doing things. So this is just one thing. Like this icon here is accessing the aetherite crystal in front of us. Now we could target the aetherite crystal like this, like the way we usually do, and just hit X or click on it, and it will target and activate the aetherite crystal. Or if we want to, we can go down in this menu and click this, and it will accomplish the same thing. You know, 2 different ways of going about the same thing. This icon down here, this is our main menu. So if we click on that, it's going to bring up the main menu. So we'll just back out of that. Like I pointed out earlier, this is switching between active and passive mode. And being in active mode allows you to go into sort of an auto battle. If there are enemies nearby that you have targeted, it will auto attack with the equipped weapon. This right here is our, I believe it's our, use item. It's mainly for like eating food or using potions, using items to get rid of status effects that you don't want to keep, stuff like that. This icon here that's grayed out, this is our link pearl. So if we have a message from the link pearl or from an NPC, this is where we would click to see that message. I pointed out earlier, this is our this is our emote menu. So that's that. If we want to lock the user interface, we click this. This is for help. Both of these are for help, I believe. Toggle the display. Oh, I just clicked it off. So, but these are both helpful down here. And then on the top, let's see. This one is see the specifics. Yeah, view the particulars of a targeted character. This one is trade, I believe, or view the bazaar. So if characters have things for sale, we can click on that and see those items. This next one is repairing. So if someone has an item that they want to be repaired, and if you want to do that yourself, then you can click on that and repair their gear. This next one here is to carry out the materia melding. So if someone has materia, an item that they want to have materia melded to it, you can do that yourself if you are so equipped. This is a trade icon, so if you want to trade with a character, you click there. This is our inviting a character to a party, so we can click that to do so. This next one here is invite the targeted character to join a link shell, and we'll explain link shells later. And this last one here is an ability, or attribute points rather, whenever you level up. I think it's after you get to level 10. From level 10 on, you get attribute points every time you level up, and you can distribute those accordingly. So that's what all those icons are for. And I think that's probably a good place to end this video. We'll come back and do some more quests later. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys later.